Hello there, girls and boys. We all love the sound of an electric guitar being recorded properly, but the issue is that recording an electric guitar requires quite a lot of volume, and also it's cumbersome and requires quite a lot of equipment. But thanks to the advent of technology, now we can record electric guitars without even using microphones. I'm gonna show you how to do it in this video. Welcome back to the channel, girls and boys. As I said before, we're gonna be discussing two different ways to record electric guitars. First of all, if you are one of the first timers, I welcome you and encourage you to subscribe to this channel because I'm showing you every single trick and tip that you might need in order to continue your career as a professional musician. Recording an electric guitar, it's comprised of three different key elements. Of course, the first one is going to be the tone, but also you have to remember that the selection of the pickups of your guitar, the kind of speaker that you're using, and of course the amplifier and the microphone selection are going to be a huge key factor regarding the sound that you're gonna get at the end. So one of the many things that you have to keep in mind is that you are already mixing inside of a context of the proper mix, which means that when you are crafting your guitar tone, you have to remember that there is gonna be a bass and a kick drum alongside, which means that if you add a ton of low end to the sound of your guitar, you're gonna be fighting for the frequency space with those aforementioned elements. Now, what do we need in order to record an electric guitar without any microphones? First, we need a computer. Yes, I know, we are living in this digital age, so this was to be expected. Secondly, we need your electric guitar and a sound card, an external sound card, also known as a digital audio interface. Once we got those elements, that's how we're gonna hook up our guitar to our computer. But there is the second method. In the second method, we're gonna use the three aforementioned elements, but also we're gonna be needing something called a load box or dummy load. I will explain that later at the video. So now let's hit the digital recording. Okay, girls and boys, the first thing that we're gonna do is make sure that our electric guitar is plugged into one of our interface many input channels. Now we open up our digital audio orchestration software, which in this case is Logic Pro X. Welcome back to Logic Pro X, girls and boys. Now we create a channel. I already created a channel for you, and we make sure that the input is the same input that we plugged our guitar in on our audio interface. In this particular case, we're using input number 2. Then we make sure that we click on the input monitoring, like this, and yes! We got an electric guitar sound. Well, we got sound, but it's not something that sounds like an electric guitar. Now, you might be wondering, how am I supposed to get a beautiful sound? Enter the beautiful and incredibly advanced technology of digital modeling. Bam! This is a Slate's version of THU, a great software all about digital modeling. And if you haven't seen anything about it, I have a beautiful and incredibly cool video explaining everything you need to know about it and why you should get it. Now, in this software, you have plenty of presets and different rigs, and of course, amplifiers and pedals and all sorts of goodies. But since this is not a video about this software, we're just gonna get into the sound. Now that we have it inserted on our channel, we turn it on, then we pick anything that we want. So let's say I want something a little bit British and solid and rhythmic sounding. So let's see how it sounds like. Here's my pick. Now it sounds like an electric guitar. Now this is something extremely important. You know that your interface have those knobs that controls the gain, the input gain of any form of signal that goes into the interface. It is extremely important because the way that you set it up, it's gonna affect the way that your guitar goes into the interface, and of course the way that the software is going to react to it. So let's imagine that you crank up the gain of your interface so much. We put it right there. It's quite a lot, and see what happens. Yeah, it sounded horrible, and that's not the kind of distortions that you want. Actually, it's called digital clipping, so avoid it like the plague. Why did that happen? Well, it's because you crank it up quite much. And one of the good things about THU is that it has this thing called input level adjustment, and it allows you to confirm if the amount of gain that you are putting on your audio interface is the right amount for the software to work properly. Let's give it a try. Remember, right now I have a ridiculous amount of gain. Yes, of course, it's clipping, but the good thing is that I'm gonna turn it down and take it back to a healthy level. Let's say something like 13 or 12. And yes, now we are hitting OK. Once again, we got a beautiful sound. Now let's talk about the second method. In this method, you're gonna be using exactly the same gear that you used in the previous one, but the key element is this. You're gonna be able to use your guitar rig, yes, your bad amplifier, alongside all of your guitar pedals, recording them straight into your audio interface without the need of microphones, and the best part, without the need of destroying the building that you're in, thanks to the ridiculous amount of volume coming out of your speakers. Incredible, isn't it? Now let me show you how I made this to be a reality. This is, girls and boys, dummy load, and this model in particular is a Rivera Mini Rock Rack. It's a great machine because it allows me to plug my guitar amplifier into my interface without the need of a speaker cabinet. How it works? It's quite simple, and I'm glad that you didn't ask. Your guitar amplifier always needs to be connected to a speaker cabinet, otherwise it's gonna blow up. That's the reason why you can't just plug it straight into the interface. Now, this thing, it's making your guitar amplifier believe that it's plugged into a speaker cabinet, so that way you're gonna get the sound coming out of this machine into your audio interface exactly as it's coming out of your guitar amplifier. Okay, girls and boys, I'm gonna show you the second method now. What I'm doing is this. I'm plugging my electric guitar into my amplifier. From the amplifier, I'm going into the Rivera Mini Rock Rack. From the output of the Rivera Mini Rock Rack, I'm going into my interface, and from the interface into Logic Pro. Now, this is how it sounds like. Quite horrible, isn't it? The reason is quite simple. That sound, it's what happens when your amplifier goes straight into the mixing desk, without any form of a speaker cabinet. But now, I got a solution for you. Enter impulse response. What it is, in a nutshell, is a plugin that is recreating the sound of a speaker cabinet in front of a microphone. And it sounds like this. Now we're talking. That's the sound of a proper guitar. Technology has given us plenty of really good things in the last few years, and one of them is the ability to create our own music without the need of having an extremely gigantic budget. The key factor is that not that many people have the knowledge on how to get the most out of their equipment, or even then, they don't even know what kind of equipment they need. That's the reason why we decided to start this YouTube channel, because we want to help you. We know that you have plenty of talent, and we want to support you, creating the best and most amazing music ever written in history. If you like this content, the best way to support this channel is by listening to music on Apple Music or Spotify, and also following us on social media networks such as Instagram or Facebook helps a lot. And actually, if you want to see me mixing any of the songs live, go straight to Facebook and follow us over there, because every week we have a live broadcast of me mixing a song. As every single time that I see you girls and boys, don't let anybody tell you what to dream about. And I will see you when I see you.